Well, we changed a few things around here just a little bit. We put the netting over the chicken coop. We made a wedding suite for the chicken coop. You can guess what that's for. Got ourselves a rooster. Found him a few hens. This is our little garden area off of the chicken coop. It's kind of struggling along. And this right here is our main garden. It's just starting to come to its own. There's, there's beets and radishes and beans, squash, tomatillos, some parsnips, turnips, cabbages, and it's just starting to look good. There's our one new little goat. That's Susie. She's a little dwarf, Nigerian dwarf. She's the only one in the group, was the only one in the group with horns. Over there, you can see the calf. And there's Mama, butt picture, naturally. And same thing with Grandma. But the baby's just kind of laying there. These are two little boys that we got from our neighbor. And they are going to be after Ramadan feasts for a friend of ours. They're two little bucks. And they're just weaned. And they are just so friendly. And Chewy. If Chewy'd come up to the fence a little bit slower, they would be fine. But she runs up to the fence and stays scattered, and then she gets all undone, so. But if she walks up nice, they're alright. There's Grandma. She's got ham written on one side of her and burger written on the other this fall. And these are our two new ones. We picked them up yesterday afternoon. And this little girl's gotten her head stuck 4 times since we got her yesterday. And finally we had to put fencing up and stagger the squares so they weren't so big. This is Zena. And this is Apollo. We built them this nice little house. And she would rather stick her head through the fence and get it stuck. But she does like the house. We got our last crate. Used our last crate from the pivot wheels that we have out here. Build a house around it. Oh, and there's Apollo. Apollo is a ham. Zena's pretty standoffish. She'll eat out of her hand, but she doesn't quite know what to think of Daisy or Chewy. They're okay together, but Chewy'd like to lay there and watch them. But this is going to be a little milk goat, and supposedly this is going to be the father to our babies that we're probably going to have in December. But he's a real pocket pet. She's not too bad, but she's going to be a little skittish. We got to work with her. So that's a general overview of what's going on the farm. We're going to enlarge since we're getting rid of the horses, we're going to enlarge the cow pen. And there's our horses. The neighbor is going to take 2 of them, and we've got to put one down. She has cancer. And then we're going to have to rebuild the barn The horses didn't like the way it was and they tried to reconstruct it. They wanted a skylight in it. So they have a skylight now. You can see that right there. They just took the boards right off, took some of the rafters down. I have to question their construction capabilities. It's not real good. This fall, this little buck right here is going to get bred to our other 3 females, and supposedly that one, if she's not already. See, there's her cage. She really likes it. Here's the 2 little guys. They're the same age, they're out of the same mom, they're brothers. But they are so cute. They just cuddle right up and snuggle, and these little guys have got somewhat of a shelter. It's not as elaborate as the other one over there, but these guys are only going to be here about to the end of August, and then they'll be gone. So then we can rebuild this one and make it a little bit nicer and use this for a weaning pen for the goats. Now, and the other thing that we added on, we didn't, Bev did, this is her little barbecue area. She's got the barbecue in there, and over in the corner is a smoker. And she's got a little sink in there that she can use for, all she's got to do is hook the hose up that's over there by the chicken coop. Got a hose, there's our coolers, there's her little condiment table, and she's got a little shelf up there, and she hung 2 baskets of flowers, and it works out real nice. It works just sweet for a neighborhood picnic. And there's our greenhouse, and we've got things growing right there. Those are potato plants that might or might not make it. Here's our area where we just planted tomatoes this year. Some of them are doing good, some of them aren't. So we're going to have to make sure we know which ones are growing out here and which ones aren't for next winter, summer. Okay, back there way against the back, those are the Jerusalem artichokes. They're doing real well. They're growing by leaps and bounds. And then here's the other batch of Jerusalem artichokes. They're growing, but not as fast as the ones back in the back area. Okay, there's our potato plants. They look like they're doing pretty good. They may put some potatoes out this fall. Okay, this right here is sweet potato plants. They're doing pretty good too. No sweet potatoes yet, but this right here is a mint plant. It's doing real well. And that is an eggplant. And that was inside the greenhouse, but it wasn't growing much, so I put it outside and it's really started to grow. This right here is a mulberry bush that our neighbor gave us. And we thought it was dead. He gave us 2 of them and we thought it was dead. We kept it in the garage all winter. And we took it out this spring and this little one started to grow. So we left it in this bucket and it's really growing. It has overcome some obstacles like the puppy chewing the leaves off of it, right down to the bare stem, and it's recovered very well from that. So it's a fighter, it may have a chance. Okay, this is the aquaponics system that I've got going. I'm having a few problems with it, but for the most part, it's doing what it was designed to do. This is the first year for it, and it's going to be a trial by error type deal. This system has no dirt in it whatsoever. Found the plans online, but everything that's growing here, these right here are radishes. This stuff over here is, that right there is a beet. I'm not sure what that is, or that, or that, or that. So I've got lettuce in there and some mint, which is right there. And the rest of this stuff over here is all radishes. A little hard to see because they blend in. But they're growing real well. And the system is designed to work off of goldfish. I don't think you can see them in there. Oh, there's a few you can see. Is the bottle that the water runs into that trips the flapper valve, which is in there. It's a regular toilet valve. The water runs into it from up here and fills the bottle. The bottle drops down and the water comes out here. Then when this empties, this goes up and it shuts the toilet valve. And the plants are nourished by the waste from goldfish, and the water is cleaned by the stones and shipped back into the fish tank. Kind of a neat little system. People grow all kinds of things in them. I'm hoping next year I can get some other things growing in it, because it's really neat. It's a closed system. This is all the water it uses. No dirt, like I said, and it's just great. And we've got some onions going here and some leeks. These bushes back here are also Jerusalem artichokes. They're doing a little bit better than the rest of them. This is my asparagus bed. It has a few eggplants in it. Got an eggplant on one of them. It's doing pretty good. This is our 6 stacks of hay that we got in for the winter. There's 6 stacks there, about 80 stacks, 80 bales per stack. And we broke one down for the horses. And that's back here at the barn. There, we break it down like that. These are some more of the Jerusalem artichokes. Things seem to grow real well in tires out here. I'm not sure exactly why, but just about everybody grows something in tires.